Hi, this is your Professor Sudha Kolathuparambal. I am going to explain you how to construct a confidence interval for a population proportion and with small samples. Also, how to find the sample size necessary to obtain a confidence interval of a given width. First, let's look at the notation and formulas we needed. P is the population proportion of individuals who are in the specified category. X is the number of individuals in the sample who are in the specified category. N is the sample size. P cap is the sample proportion of individuals who are in the specified category. P cap is X over N. We use the value of P cap to estimate the unknown value P. Point estimate is X over N. Finding the standard error, replace P with P cap in the original formula you learned in section 7.4. Multiply the standard error by the critical value to find the margin of error. The confidence interval is point estimate plus or minus the margin of error. The assumption for constructing a confidence interval for P is we have a simple random sample. And second, the population is at least 20 times as large as the sample. The items in the population are divided into two categories. The sample must contain at least 10 individuals in each category. If all these assumptions are met, proceed with the step to find the confidence interval. In a survey of 800 parents, 632 said the music education has a positive effect on academic performance. We need to construct a 95% confidence interval for the proportion of the parents who believe that music education has a positive effect. So first we check the assumption. Here we have a simple random sample, and it is reasonable to believe that the population of parents in United States is at least 20 times as large as the sample. There are two categories: those who believe that music education has a positive effect and those who do not believe. And there are 632 parents who believe that music education has positive effect and 168 who do not. So there are 10 or more items in each category. So the assumptions are met. First, compute the point estimate P cap. Find the critical value for a 95% confidence interval. Find the margin of error. Construct the 95% confidence interval. Interpret the result. We are 95% confident that the proportion of parents who believe that the music education has a positive effect is between 0.762 and 0.818. Now we are going to find the confidence intervals for a population proportion using TI-84 calculator. First press Start, then use the arrow key to select test. Use the arrow key. We need proportion Z integer. Press enter. Then we need to enter X and N. X is 632. N is 800. We need 95% confidence interval. So C level is 0.95. Then select calculate and enter. You can see the interval. Okay, in objective 2, we are going to find the sample size necessary to obtain a confidence interval of given width. We are already familiar with this formula. This is the formula to find the margin of error. If we solve this formula for n, we will get the sample size. So if we solve this formula for n, n will be equal p cap 1 minus p cap and z alpha over 2 divided by m whole square. This is the minimum sample size needed to attain the margin of error of size m. But if p cap is not available, we assume that the p cap is 0.5. That makes the margin of error as large as possible for any sample size. If you assume p cap is 0.5 and if you replace p cap with 0.5, we'll get this formula. So we can use this formula if p cap is available. Use this formula to find the sample size n if p cap is not available. Finding confidence interval for a population proportion. So in this example, we can actually find p cap. So p cap is 632 over 800. That is 0.79. Since p cap is given, in order to find the sample size, we can use this formula n equal p cap times 1 minus p cap z alpha over 2 divided by m whole square. So we already know these two. Now we need to find the critical value. Critical value at 95% confidence interval is 1.96. So we can substitute this value here. M is given 0.025 whole square, that is equal. So we can actually round up to 1020. So we need to sample 1020 parents to obtain a 95% confidence interval with a margin of error 0.25. In the second example, p cap is not available and we can assume that p cap is 0.5 and use this formula. M is 0.025 and the critical value is 1.96. So substitute those values. Then round up So we need to sample 1537 parents to obtain a 95% confidence interval with a margin of error 0.025. Objective 3, we are going to learn a method for constructing confidence interval for small samples. In the previous example, we saw that we need at least 10 individuals in each category. But when this condition is not met, we can actually construct a confidence intervals by adjusting the sample proportion by adding 2 in each category so that the sample size increases by 4. So the adjusted sample proportion will become x plus 2 divided by n plus 4. So the adjust sample proportion, we use p tilde instead of p cap. Okay. So the confidence interval for p will become p tilde plus or minus z alpha over 2, and wherever you have p cap, replace that with adjust sample proportion. In this example, a random sample of 10 businesses in a certain city. 6 of them had more than 15 employees. That means n is 10, x is 6. Use the small sample method to construct 95% confidence intervals for the proportion of business in the city that have more than 15 employees. So adjusted sample proportion will be x plus 2 divided by n plus 4. So 6 plus 2 divided by 10 plus 4, that is 0.5714. The critical value is 1.96 for 95% confidence interval. Use the above formula and replace these with these two values, and one with the minus sign will give you the value 0.312, and one with the plus sign will give you the value 0.831. That means p will be between these two values. There are two advantages of using the small sample method. Since we are dividing by n plus 4 rather than n, the margin of error is smaller. The actual probability that the small sample confidence interval covers the true proportion is almost always at least as great as or greater than that of the traditional method. This holds for confidence level of 90% or more, which are the levels commonly used in practice. So in this section, you learn how to construct and interpret the confidence intervals for the population proportion. And where p cap is x over n. And we are checking the assumption. It's a simple random sample. And population is 20 times of the sample, and it has two categories, and each category has 10. So 10 in each category. So at least 10 in each categories. So the second one is, we learn how to find the sample size when p cap exists or p cap does not exist. So n is p cap 1 minus p cap. So this one is if p cap is available, and this is, we are taking p cap as 0.5. So the formula will become like this: p cap is not available. So we assume that P cap is 0.5. And the third one is constructing confidence interval for the population proportion with small samples. So in the small sample, the adjusted sample proportion is P tilt equal x plus 2 divided by n plus 4. We are getting this by adding or increasing the number of individuals in each category by 2. So the sample size increased by 4. So the sample size is n plus 4 instead of n. So in the above formula, we will replace the P cap by P tilt and replace n by n plus 4. So our new formula will be P tilt remember we are not dividing by n, we are dividing by n plus 4.